Hello, hello, hello. Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Finally, yes.
Can you hear me now?
Hello.
Yeah. Am I
Hi,
audible?
Shan. Yes, you are.
Okay, Prachi. Hi. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good as well. Okay, Prachi. First, quick, quick thing that I need to tell you that this call is being recorded for training and quality purposes. So,
Okay.
yeah. So you should just know that this is being recorded. And secondly, so first of all, so congratulations on joining the DMND program, Biodiversity. So I have a few questions to start off with, and obviously, if you have questions that you take them up, I have very small questions for you. First, I just want to know where are you located right now?
I'm from Guwahati. Right now,
Guwahati.
I'm in Guwahati.
That's
Yes.
great. Okay, Prachi, what are you currently doing?
Currently, I'm unemployed. Just preparing for government jobs.
Okay, you're
Yes.
preparing for government jobs. That's great.
Mm.
So, how did Udasti and digital marketing come into your mind?
Sorry, how it is?
How did digital marketing and Udacity sports come into your mind?
I'm just curious about this digital marketing thing. That's the only reason I have enrolled for it, and obviously, I'll be definitely using it somewhere in my career.
Okay, perfect. That sounds great. Okay, Prachi. So, have you gone through the course?
Yes, I did.
And is there
Yeah,
any?
I have.
Yeah, tell
Yeah, I have question about the projects.
me. Mhm,
I'm so not sure about, like, obviously at this time I'm still on lesson 6,
mhm,
but like I've just gone through the project like at once, and like I was so not sure what has to be done with it, like.
Okay, I'll explain it
Okay.
to you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just clear
Yeah.
it out for you. So basically, there are a total of 10 projects. Almost every module has a project at the end of it, which you need to
Hmm.
complete. Once you're done with the 10 projects, that is when you graduate. Okay. So there, first
Hmm.
of all, there is no restriction. You can first go through all the modules first, and then come back and start off doing the project one by one. Because somewhere down the line, these projects are connected to each other. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Hmm.
So how it starts is basically gives you two options. It says either so you have to choose a business first, obviously, because you need to understand what digital marketing is, what strategies come into play when you
Hmm.
think of a business. So they first ask you to decide on a business. So there are two options. One, you can choose
Hmm.
this digital marketing nano degree program by Audacity as the business on their behalf,
Hmm.
right? Or if you
Hmm.
have your own, you can choose that. So obviously, right
Hmm.
now, I think you will go for the first option, which is
Yeah.
what I suggest also, even if someone has some business in mind,
Okay. Okay.
because the whole course is pretty much aligned towards that. You are one of the customers, so you get a better understanding of that side of the market,
Hmm.
and then you can
Hmm.
easily relate it to what exactly is going on and what exactly they're trying to teach
Hmm.
in
Hmm.
digital marketing.
Hmm.
So you choose a project, so you choose the product or the business as digital marketing navigation program. So the first
Hmm.
project is a basic project wherein they ask you to define your audience. So there's a empathy map where which you need to define. You need to take a survey of
Hmm.
few people. Based on that, you create an empathy map and a target audience or a buyer persona. So
Hmm.
as you go through the modules, you will understand what these concepts mean. They will explain it to you, and then you have to,
Okay.
execute or whatever you've learned. You need to put it in practice,
Okay.
in context with digital marketing nano degree as the business. So this is the course
Okay. Okay.
you want to sell. So the whole objective is and this course, since it's an expensive course, it's targeted to an Indian audience with which will majority don't have that kind of financial capability to afford such a course. So it's very expensive if you look at it.
Yeah.
Uh, so
Hmm.
so that is why. So there you have a particular set of audience. So this, since
Hmm.
it's an expensive course, every customer will take certain time, not just because it's very expensive. Any such course, the customer journey will be such that he will first, inquire. He will see
Hmm.
whatever courses are there all around the internet
Hmm.
or even offline, and then eventually he will
Hmm.
take a decision whether he wants to take and from what institute or what
Hmm.
provider he wants to take the service from.
Hmm.
Right. So the
Hmm.
cycle is long. So the objective here is to generate leads, to generate data of potential customers. Email ID, you must have heard of leads, right? Leads is lead generation, where it basically means you take the name, the email ID, the phone number, whatever important information you need about a customer. You take that
Okay.
and then you nurture them. You call them for a demo lecture or give it online.
Okay.
You send out
Mm-hmm.
emails to them, give them offers. Try and convert them, because you also know that this is not an abrupt decision. It is not an impulsive
Mm-hmm.
decision. It will take time, right? So you keep
Yes.
you have to first, in the first project, you have to define this audience that you're trying to target. You understand, you
Mm-hmm.
put a certain logic, like I'm trying to say, like it's an expensive course. Okay, so I'm going to look at people who
Mm-hmm.
have that kind of a
Mm-hmm.
capability to spend this kind of a money. So I will look for more. So if you see the audience that Udacity targets is working professionals, those who are currently working. You no doubt
Mm-hmm.
are from a different audience segment. People will buy, all kinds of people will buy, but the main audience is working professionals who are already working. If you and it's not
Mm-hmm.
digital marketing. If you see all the courses, it is generally focused on all people who are already working in the industry, right? Also
Yes.
because it's expensive,
Mm-hmm.
because they
Yes.
also understand that you need to have that kind of a secure monetary or financial security for someone to be able to pay for this kind of a course, right? Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
also business owners. So that this is one example of the audience. So based on this, you do the first project. The second project takes you to writing a blog post, sharing it on social media platforms. Then there are a couple of
Mm-hmm.
projects where you run paid campaigns. So must have seen Google ads and social media ads, right, on platforms. So you run these ads for this digital marketing nano degree by Udacity. So you actually run it for 5 days. They will give you a budget of $50, 5 days. You have to run Facebook ads, 5 days. You have to run the AdWords ads. So you will have two projects in both of these modules. Google AdWords and Facebook, two projects. The first project in both cases will be wherein you design the whole campaign, you create it, then and the second part will be the execution, whether you run it. Okay, is
Mm-hmm.
it clear now? Clearer now? So
Yes.
this is how you get the
Yes.
projects are.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What happens is when you do the project, it's generally in the form of if you when you go through the project, you'll see a Google slide template. So there's a PowerPoint presentation, a template given to you. You have to it tells you exactly what questions need to be answered. You just need to answer those questions, put it in the slide, and then just submit it. When you submit the project, a reviewer is assigned who approves or gives the feedback on your whatever you've done. If there are changes, you will have to make those changes and resubmit, and once everything is perfect, you will the project will be approved, and then you can move on to the next project.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Got it.
Anything else that you have you want to know? I think
Um.
pretty much I've
Yeah.
cleared it all. So this is the
Yeah.
exact course. Apart from that, you can take calls with me. You can discuss like this if you have any problem with the entire structure or anything like that, or if you have any problems with the course or any doubts in the course, you want to discuss any topic, you have problems while doing the projects, anything, you can take up a call with me every week, and you can always use Student Hub to message me. If at times, if it's by chance it's very urgent, you want the reply as soon as possible, you can now you also have my email ID. You can drop me an email directly also. But it is always preferred that you text me on Student Hub. Okay.
And do it that there itself.
Yeah, on the Student Hub platform. So
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's how they judge. They do not track the emails for our
Mm-hmm.
my job, and what you are doing. Your
Mm-hmm.
activeness is measured through what happens
Mm-hmm.
on Student Hub. So, but if
Okay.
but this is an extra feature from my side, that if it's very urgent, you have my email ID. You can drop me an email also, because sometimes what happens if I'm traveling or something, I am not able to access Student Hub, because you need a laptop to
Mm-hmm.
actually access Student Hub.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an
Mm-hmm.
app, it's a website.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
but emails are obviously it's on my phone, so I can look at it and answer wherever I am. So if it's very
Okay.
urgent, just drop me.
Okay. And anything extra do I have to do other than this course?
Not
Just
really.
for the.
You don't have to do anything extra. You just have to, you just if you do this course, it's more than enough. It will give you a very broad understanding of
Mm-hmm.
how a business works, how digital strategies work around a business, and how digital strategies help grow the business.
Mhm.
So this is
Okay.
the kind of understanding that you will take out from this. If you're looking
Mhm.
for applying to jobs, that also is support provided by Udacity. While
Mhm.
doing the course in between, you can make up your mind if you want to apply. The
Mhm.
Udacity will also provide you with another, placement mentor kind of a thing. Like I am there, they will give you assign a placement mentor, and they will help
Okay.
you, find jobs, apply in them, make CVs, all those things. And
Mhm.
even I
Mhm.
can help you out a little bit in the placement side. If you're looking to apply, I can give you a few tips and help you, go through the entire process.
Mhm.
So that is also available. But if you're looking for it,
Mhm.
I really think, to be very honest, just once, I really think you should, aim at finding a job. Then
Mhm.
because the government jobs in India right now, situation is not
Mhm.
really good. I think that is also somewhere one reason that you decided to join this course.
Mhm.
I can
Mhm.
completely understand. I also have friends who are involved in this, so that is why I'm saying it's a suggestion. You should strongly focus on learning and gaining as much as you can from this course. Anyway, it's an expensive course, so you should make sure that you understand each and everything. So exploit my experience also in this field. You can,
Mhm.
even if you don't have doubts, you can pick up topics and have a good discussion with me. So to understand
Mhm.
everything in its best way. And
Okay.
jobs are there, although a lot of opportunities are there in a lot of places in around India. So so
Mhm.
I, and it's a good future to have. It's not just marketing; it's a lot about business. So it
Mhm.
has a lot of importance in the industry to take its
Okay.
yeah.
So for that job options, do I have to like do something else? I have to like I don't know like
Mhm. So
for that like I have to request something else or something like that.
no, nothing like that. Just if you finally plan, like you can start off with the course right now, but towards the end,
Okay.
because first you need to gain the skill. That is more important, right? So once that
Mm-hmm.
happens, you will just need to drop in an email to Udacity to ask for a placement mentor, a call with a placement
Okay.
mentor. Just like you had a call with
Okay.
me, you can have a call with a placement mentor as well. And then what I'm saying is that I can also help you out as you go through the course. What is your plan? When do you plan to? How do you plan to do it? What is the time frame that you're looking at for completing the course?
As soon as possible.
So I'm looking at 1 month.
Like, yeah, yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, so okay, there are two, three things more that you need to do then.
Hmm.
So if you're looking to do it in 1 month, so for I think you should just focus on gaining the knowledge as much as you can in the first 2 weeks. Then we can start talking about your jobs and placements. Okay,
Okay.
we can take a
Hmm.
call then and discuss specifically about this. So two
Okay.
two things that you need to do is there are three projects in total: Facebook ads, Google AdWords, and Moz. You can look at it
Hmm.
in the course. There are three projects. These three projects require access to their respective accounts because in Facebook and Google AdWords, they will give you an account which will have a budget. $50 will be there, so you can spend it
Hmm.
on the campaign. So you need to request for it, and this request in these three projects for Moz, for Facebook ads account, and for Google AdWords account, it takes at least 5 6 days. So I would suggest that what you can do is whenever you next log in and sit for studying the course, do one thing: just
Hmm.
go and check out all the projects, right from 1 to 10. Check out all the projects. Specifically,
Hmm.
I'm telling you these three projects: Google Ads, Facebook Ads, and Moz. These require
Hmm.
access at this, which means there is a form right there in the course itself. When you go to browse through projects, you will see a Google form kind of a thing. Just fill it up
Hmm.
and submit it so that in the next 5 6 days you have the access, so then when you do the project you don't have to wait for another week, for
Hmm.
the access. So the access, if
Hmm.
it's right here, you can easily complete it in a month's time.
Okay. Okay. Hmm.
Okay, please do stay
Okay.
active on Student Hub if you're planning to do it in 1 month, because it will be
Yeah.
like you'll have to do it to put in time every day first of all, and whatever small
Okay.
doubt you have, just post it on Student Hub so that I can clear it out for you if in case you have any. And so you don't waste time for thinking about it much. You can directly ask me, I'll clear it up for you. And
Okay. Okay.
so you'll have to give at least 2 to 3 hours every day. And so
Mhm.
I would suggest that you do just go through the course first and then start off with
Mhm.
the all the projects. Or if just to get a feel of the projects, just do first module, do the first
Mhm.
project, and then do all the modules, and then come to second project and do it one by one, so that you also get a
Okay.
feel of how projects are. And then when you do the entire course first, so you get all everything is there in the mind, you since you would have looked at all the projects at least once before you do the modules. So you know you can frame a few answers that pop up in your mind while doing the course. So it will help you out when you do the projects later on.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
perfect. Is there anything else, Prachi, that I can help you with?
No, nothing else.
Okay, Prachi, just stay active on Student Hub. Keep texting whatever doubts that you have, and we can take up
Yeah.
the call next week to discuss
Okay.
your updates and everything more about it.
Okay, definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Okay, thank you.
much.
You're welcome.